Managing your nerves in the interview can be tough. Hence, I've put together 10 tips to help you manage your nerves better in the interview and look more confident. Tip number 1, prepare and practice for the interview. The more you prepare and practice, the more confident you will be in the interview. Many people think preparing is the same as practice, but actually they are different. In preparation phase, you need to make an extensive list of all the questions you may get asked during the interview and write down your responses for each of these questions. To prepare, the first thing you need to do is read the job description, as it tells you what skills and qualifications are required for the job. And this will help you customize your responses to the interview questions which you will get asked. Most interviews start with the question, "Tell me something about yourself." This is one question you really need to prepare well for, because if you get the response to this question right, you would have formed a positive impression in the minds of the interviewer. And we all know the importance of first impression. Your response to this question should be based on the job description, because through your response, you need to highlight those experiences, skills, and qualifications which will demonstrate that you can do the job well. I've created a separate video to help you answer this question. You will find the link here. The importance of going through the job description cannot be emphasized enough. Yet, I have seen so many candidates come to the interview without going through the job description. They just see the job title and assume that they understand the role and come for the interview. But when I ask them, "What is your understanding of the role?" or "Have you read the job description?" that's the time it looks as if I have asked a question which they weren't expecting. But this is a very common question which interviewers ask. And if you are not able to answer this question, then it shows that you are not serious about the opportunity. Another area which candidates miss out on is going through the company's history, its values, vision, mission statements, social media pages, news coverage, because some of the interview questions will be based on these details. For example, they may ask you, "What do you know about us?" Other common questions include, "Why should we hire you?" "What are your weaknesses?" "Why are you looking for a change?" "What are your career goals?" "Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?" Apart from the common interview questions, you will get asked some questions which you don't want anyone to ask you because you find it difficult to answer those questions. These questions are specifically based on your unique weak points in your profile. It's important to prepare your responses for these questions as well, so that if anyone does ask those questions, you don't go into panic mode. Such questions include, "Why have you changed your job so frequently?" "Why are your grades so low?" "Why is there a gap in your career?" "Why does your resume not show career growth?" If you need help in creating an exhaustive list of interview questions, then you should watch this in-depth video where I discuss step by step on how I used to create an exhaustive list of interview questions, and I rarely got questions outside of this list. After preparation phase comes the practice stage. The practice stage is as important as the preparation stage. I say this because I have seen a lot of candidates focus most of their energy in the preparation stage. But that's a perfect recipe to get nervous, because without practicing, your mind and tongue will not sync, even if you know the response, and you will start forgetting things, and your confidence in the interview will start breaking down. You can practice either in front of a mirror, or you could record yourself on your phone or laptop. Using a mirror is more beneficial if you're going for a face-to-face interview, and recording is a preferred choice if you're going to have a video call. You could also take professional help to do mock interviews. You would know that you have done enough practice when you're able to respond to most of the interview preparation questions without forgetting, stammering, or rumbling. Tip number 2, you need to change the way you perceive the interviewer. You see, an interviewer is not your enemy who is waiting to reject your profile. Instead, they want you to succeed in the interview, and that's the reason why they're investing their time in the interview with you. This is because as long as they don't find the right person for the job, they need to keep looking for more and more candidates and do more and more interviews. So if they find that you are a good fit for the job, they will not reject your profile. Hence, if you're confident about your ability to perform the job well and you've prepared for the interview, then there is no reason for you to be nervous. But if you currently don't have the skills that the interviewer is looking for, then the interview will in any case not go in your favor. But given the fact that the recruiter and hiring manager have shortlisted your profile, they believe that you have the skills they are looking for. Also remember, your interviewer has been in your place giving interviews as well. So they understand your situation. So think of them as one of you. It will give you peace of mind and help you be more confident in your interview. Before we go on to more tips, one quick request. If you're finding the video helpful, then please do like the video as it will encourage me to make more such videos. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any future videos. Moving on to tip number 3, don't think of your interview as an interview, but rather as a conversation or a meeting. If you see it that way, then you will not think of your interview as a grilling session. In fact, in many companies, the interviews are called as conversations or a catch-up. Changing your perspective of how you see the interview will help you relieve some level of stress and help you manage your nervousness in the interview. Tip number 4 is to treat each interview question independently. If you make a mistake or don't know the response to a particular interview question during your interview, you obviously would feel bad and you may even fear that you will not get the job offer. But the thing is, your profile is not going to be rejected based on just one response. Hence, you need to leave behind the emotional baggage for that interview question and focus on the rest of the interview. Because if you keep thinking about the correct response for the previous question, then you will be distracted through the rest of your interview. If you still want to attempt to answer that question, then you could request the interviewer to give you one more chance for that interview question towards the end of your interview. But for the rest of the interview, don't think about it. Tip number 5, keep your interview a secret. Next advice is not to make your interview a big deal by talking about it to your friends, family, and God knows who. You should talk about it only and only if it is necessary. Because when you tell others, you are increasing your social pressure because now you have more reasons why you need to do well in the interview. I personally would never tell anyone about the interview process till the point I had the job offer in my hand. Tip number 6 is to plan well and avoid the last minute rush and technical issues, as these disturb your frame of mind and increase your anxiety. For example, if you're going for a face-to-face interview, then make sure you reach the interview location at least 30 minutes before and you've planned out your route in advance. Often I have seen candidates calling in and saying, I'm running late because of traffic or because they took a wrong route. And when they reach, they're all panting, sweating, anxious. In such a situation, their frame of mind is already disturbed. Instead, reach early and plan your route to avoid these issues. Once you reach early, you can settle down and rehearse the responses to expected questions in your mind. Doing this will help boost your confidence and your performance in the interview. For a phone interview, a few things that you should do are turning off incoming call alert, as incoming call alerts can really be distracting during the interview. Avoid using WhatsApp call for interviews because they get override by the regular calls. But if you still do need to use WhatsApp call, then turn off your SIM network and connect to a Wi-Fi That way, you will not get disturbed by regular calls. Make sure the signal on your phone is looking strong. A poor network will lead to a poor interview performance, as half the time we'll go into discussing, hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me now? So let's avoid doing that. If you're going to have your interview over a video call, then test whether your internet is able to support video calls smoothly. The video call software is updated and you're logged in, and also check if you have enough data in your data pack. You don't want to be recharging your data pack in the middle of the interview. And of course, keep your laptop and phone sufficiently charged. Use a headphone to keep your hands free so that you can write or take notes, and always sit in the interview with pen, paper and calculator. If you have a choice, then schedule your interview calls either towards early part of the morning or late evenings, as at these times the background noise is minimum and the network issues are also minimum. I have created a downloadable checklist for remote interviews. You will find the link for that below. Tip number 7, be authentic. Don't try to show that you know it all. If the interviewer asks you, do you know a specific tool or have you done a specific type of project? If the honest answer is no, then say no. But you also say you would love to learn the skill or do that project. If you go into the interview with this mindset that you are not going to exaggerate your capabilities, then you will have more control over your interview. For example, if you are asked whether you know how to use advanced Excel formulas and you say no, then the interviewer will not ask you to demo your advanced Excel formula skills, right? But instead, they will test your potential to use advanced Excel formulas. That way, you are in a safe zone. But if you had stated otherwise, then you would be in big time trouble. Firstly, you will be worried, what if the interviewer tests my skill? And secondly, if they did really test your skill, then the interviewer will realize that you're not being honest. And that's a definite way to put your candidature down the drain. Hence, being authentic will give you a lot more control over your nerve and interview. Tip number 8, you should dress well and groom smartly for your interview, because when you dress well, you will feel confident and good about yourself. And this will also reflect in your performance. A good idea would be to ask the dress code from the recruiter, as you don't want to end up being either too formally dressed or too casually dressed. Tip number 9, shut the negative voice out, as they undermine your confidence. If your mind is doing negative talk like, I don't know how my interview will go. I don't know, there is just too much competition for this role. There are so many candidates who look so much smarter and well prepared than myself. You need to ignore these voices and instead start doing positive self-talk. Like, I am going to rock this interview. I am going to be great at this interview. I have really prepared well for this interview. I am a good fit for this role. My profile is relevant. That's the reason why they've shortlisted me for the interview. Doing this positive self-talk will definitely boost your confidence and reduce your nervousness when you sit for the interview. Tip number 10. Even with all the strategies we've discussed, it may still happen that you may start getting nervous during your interview. For example, you may notice that you are starting to talk too fast or you're getting breathless. This is the time when you need to consciously slow down your talking speed and take a few deep breaths. You can also catch some breath by asking for a minute or so to think of a response when the interviewer asks you a question that requires problem solving or some amount of thinking. In fact, all good problem solvers ask for some time to think of a solution, and they even ask clarification questions to the interviewer to make sure they understand the problem correctly. But yeah, don't do this when the interviewer asks you a direct question like, tell me about yourself or why should we hire you? For these questions, you cannot say, give me a minute to think. No. For these direct questions, you really need to be prepared in advance. So practice in advance for these questions. If you still end up getting too nervous in the interview, then you need to tell the interviewer that because you really want to do well in the interview, you're getting nervous. And then make a request to give you a minute or so to calm your nerves. Most likely the interviewer will grant you your request, and by saying this, you're turning your weakness into your advantage by indicating that you are so keen to join the role. This completes the 10 tips that should help you manage your nerves better and remain confident during your interview. If you found this video to be helpful, please do like it as it encourages me to make more such videos. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any future videos. Let me know in the comment section what do you think of the 10 strategies and if you have used any other strategies to calm your nerves during your interview. Here's a quick summary to whatever I have said. Tip number 1, prepare and practice. Tip number 2, don't see your interviewer as your enemy, but rather as someone who wants to hire you, provided you have the skills to do the job well. Tip number 3, look at the interview more like a conversation or a discussion. Tip number 4, treat your response to every question individually. Tip number 5, don't make your interview a big deal by telling it to others. Tip number 6, plan well to avoid last-minute rush and technical issues. Tip number 7, don't try to be a perfectionist, admit when you don't know. Tip number 8, dress and groom smartly. Tip number 9, shut the negative voice out in your head. Instead, start doing positive self-talk. Tip number 10, buy time for yourself to take control of your nerves. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you found the tips to be helpful and all the best for your interview.